Well, folks, we're back here on Main Event Wrestling. Jason James, Scott Berry coming at you from ringside here in Princeton, Kentucky. And we have tag team action to crown the new NWA Mid-America Tag Team Champions, the Cripplers Clan, against Scott and Chris Hayes.
Well, the Hayes brothers would surely love to get that gold around their waist, not only because it's tag team gold, but because it would mean Scott Hayes would be able to extract a little bit more revenge on Jeff the Crippler Daniels for their long and storied history that's been happening here in Nashville and surrounding areas for the past few months here in Main Event Wrestling.
Well, folks, we do have to tell you that this match is sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance and is under direct supervision of the Kentucky Athletic Commission here on NWA Main Event. It's tag team titles on the line.
And it's going to be a tremendous match, I can guarantee you that, as Scott and Chris Hayes, the Hayes brothers, take on Crippler's Clan of Steve-O and Jeff the Crippler Daniels. In the center of the ring, you see Scott Hayes and Jeff Daniels lock it up, as Scott was able to do a quick arm drag there. Little mimicry of Jeff Daniels there from Scott Hayes.
And listen to the fans here in Princeton, 155 3/4% behind Scott and Chris Hayes.
1,300 strong, giving their voices, giving their energy, giving everything they can behind Scott and Chris Hayes as they hope that their team captures the gold here in Main Event Wrestling right here on Comcast. And I want to make time here quickly to mention, we want to welcome all of our fans onto Comcast who's followed us along the trips that we've had, all the different TV stations we've been on, and here we are, a new home for Main Event Wrestling right here on Comcast.
Yep, whether it be ION or WB or WKRPXQL, you can bet your bottom dollar that Main Event Wrestling will deliver, just like Scott Hayes, a monkey flip on the Jeff the Crippler Daniels, followed by a deep arm drag, hooks the arm bar, and Dominique up on the ring apron.
And once again, Jason, you know, I know, the fans at home know, the fans in Princeton here know, Dominique is going to put herself into any position she can to try and guarantee a win, as the tag was made, and Chris Hayes now applying the armbar onto Jeff the Crippler Daniels as Steve-O and Dominique look on at ringside. And it looks like here a big leg drop from Chris Hayes, keeping that arm barred. Crippler in the middle of the ring in a lot of trouble right here, right now. If you take that arm out of the Crippler, it's going to limit his offense significantly here tonight in Princeton.
And the referee being distracted by Steve-O on the opposite turnbuckle.
Looks like the Hayes brothers applying some of Crippler's own medication to him here. Crippler likes to use all that referee distraction he can to gain some help from Dominique, some help from Steve-O. It looks like he's getting a little taste of his own medicine right here in Princeton, and probably deservedly so.
The chin lock applied now to Jeff the Crippler Daniels. Dominique frantically on the outside. You see her beating the apron, trying to do everything she can to get the attention of her husband and to coax him back into competition in this matchup. But
looks like here that Chris Hayes is going to get shot off the rope. Jeff trying to trip him up. Dominique trips him up instead. I can't believe this, Jason.
You could have seen it coming from a mile away. And now Steve-O in the ring. And look at this assault from Steve-O.
Well, Steve-O been waiting patiently on the sides here as Jeff makes the tag in. And Chris Hayes now being draped over the second rope, and Steve-O just choking the life out of him. And one more time, Dominique making her presence felt. We've got to do something about this. We've got to get her barred from ringside.
Pin attempt here, Steve-O, no hook of the leg, and that could have cost his team the column in the W.
Well, actually, Chris Hayes was able to kick out. Steve-O now taking another cocky pin attempt. 1, 2. Chris Hayes able to reverse it, rolls him up. Only a 2 count there. However, the possum tactic didn't work as he's met with a clothesline in the center of the ring.
Steve-O now brings Chris Hayes back to a vertical base tag to Jeff the Crippler Daniels. Daniels in, forearm smash on that already injured shoulder of Chris Hayes.
And Chris looks like he's trying to valiantly fight back here. Needs to make a tag into his brother, Scott Hayes, on the turnbuckle there.
And there
makes the tag. And Scott's in. And you can see the fear in Jeff the Crippler Daniels' face. Shot right there to Crippler. Shot to Steve. Another shot to Crippler.
Scott Hayes is busted wide open in this matchup. Both men on opposite turnbuckles. And Scott Hayes, look at the damage being done to the head of Steve-O. Double Irish whip. Both men off and they crash.
Crash landing from Steve-O and Scott and Jeff the Cripper Daniels as Scott and Chris send them across to each other. Ducks a clothesline, does Scott Hayes, comes out with a big back elbow. This could be it for Rippler. This could be it. Where's the referee? Where's Jerry Ryman? He's being distracted by Steve-O. Dominique now trying to get her presence involved again. This is absolute insanity.
Well, Hayes better hope that he can do something, because the Athletic Commission very well could stop this contest. Due to the loss of blood Hayes has already suffered, and he just kissed Dominique.
He did. He kissed Dominique, and Jeff the Cripper Daniels answers with a kiss of his own with those knuckles, and Scott Hayes is pinned in the ring.
No.
1, 2. I can't believe it. I can't believe that this is the way it's going to go.
Well, Jeff Daniels able to score the victory after the brass knuck. Scott, we got to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.